everyone, this is Amanda, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about my upcoming story that I'm going to publish called The Beach House. Now, if you are watching this and you've been subscribed to my fiction newsletter, you will know that The Beach House is a story that I have serialized in the newsletter over the last couple of years. And that is actually a really unique experience for me. I've never done that before. And it was something that was really fun. It was also an experiment. And it was also, it was something that other people enjoyed too, which was really cool. But like I said, I've never done this before. I had never done that before. I've always sat down to write something, written it all the way through, and then started the publishing process, essentially. And this time, in a sense, I wrote the story in public because I was writing a segment of it and then putting it out in my newsletter and letting people, respond to it in various ways. And that was really, it was a little nerve-wracking, but it was also really fun and really exciting. And, the other thing is that when I would write a section, I didn't necessarily know what was coming next in the story. And that's how I write in general. So I will sit down for a writing session and focus on usually about 1,000 words. And I don't write from an outline or anything like that. I just sit down, write what's coming to mind, and then pick it up again the next day or whenever I write. So it actually wasn't that much of a stretch that I would put basically a chapter out in front of people at one time and not actually know where the story was going next until I would sit down and write the next section. And, the other unique thing about writing the story this way is that I sort of consider this story something of a co-created story between me and the readers subscribed to my newsletter who were reading it, because I would get feedback from people usually after sending out an episode or a chapter. And so I would get that written feedback, with a comment or something in it. So that would be sort of direct feedback. But I also thought that as I went along, I could pick up intuitively from the group feedback about the story, like what they thought about the story there. And that's a little more, this phenomenon is a little bit more out there. The idea that I'm sort of picking up intuitive information from the group about the story. But I think it rings true for me because I would get certain ideas or feel like the story needed to move in a certain direction or have a certain style or anything like that. And I did feel to some degree, and I'm a very intuitive person anyway, I did feel to some degree that I was able to pick that up from just sort of tuning into the group, if you will. So that's just a little bit. I don't want this video to go on too long. It was just supposed to be, a short video to talk a little bit about the making of The Beach House, and also to say thank you to everybody who has read along, everybody who rated the story and gave little comments on it. That was great. It was fun. And I'm really happy to have the story in its entirety, to be able to publish it as one big story, one complete story, and have that available in just a few days. That feels very exciting. So it was an exciting writing process, and it was an exciting experiment to do this serialized story in my newsletter. And I hope that you all enjoyed it as much as I did, and I also hope that you pick up a copy of The Beach House in its entirety. You know, whether it's a ebook copy for your device of choice, or maybe you want the paperback copy for have something to hold in your hands and flip through the pages and have that nice book smell. But either way, thanks again for reading, and thanks again for watching this video.